everybody, it's Rashad, co-founder of Dwelty Co. We hope that you guys are safe, nice and healthy, and doing well during this time. I know it's a very confusing time, it's uncertain, and we're just trying to survive. So we wanted to do something to lighten the mood, and we created a series called Sip and Learn, where we are going to be sharing something with you guys in hopes that you would dwell with us a little bit. And also, to keep community going, you guys can share something that you know how to do with us, and we will share it on our stories, post it to our Instagram page and our social media. So today's topic is the 7 elements of cohesive branding, and I'm going to be doing 2 out of 7 today because it's to break it up and make it nice and digestible for yes. So I'm actually sipping on me time today, and this is our chamomile lavender blend. It is very relaxing, helps to calm you down, relieve stress, and we all need that during this time. We can give it to our kids if necessary because it's safe for kids. But yeah, so that's what I'm drinking today, and I just want to get right into the topic, and which is the 7 elements of cohesive branding. So many of you guys give us compliments on our branding, and I really appreciate it because we worked so hard on it. I'm actually a graphic designer. That's what I went to school for. That's my industry, and so I really enjoy using my skills to work on Dwell, and it's so much fun. So I want to share some of how we bring it all together. Okay, so let's see. I have some notes here. So a lot of people think that branding is just a logo, but it is so much more. I kind of like to think of it as like the perfect cup of tea or the perfect blend. So you're taking a bunch of ingredients, blending them together, complementary ingredients that taste great once, they work well by themselves, but together they just are the perfect cup of tea. And to me, that is what branding is. So you have your colors, images, your logo, your website, your social media, your messaging, and you're having your target audience. All of those things come together to make the perfect branding package for your company or the perfect cup of tea. And it's not an exhaustive list, but these are just some of the very important things that I like to focus on. So number 1 will be color. Color is one of my favorite things because there's so much meaning behind color. It's also awesome to look at. I love, understanding the meanings of color because you want to be very specific with the colors that you choose. You want to be very intentional. You want to speak directly to your audience and communicate to them what your brand is trying to convey. So for example, with Dwell, we use this rich, deep navy, and then we complement it with this aqua. And we also use some neutral colors as complementary colors, but those are our 2 main brand colors. And we chose those because blue tends to convey friendly and calm and refreshing and reliable. So we wanted our brand to represent those things. And we feel like tea, is calming and relaxing, and you don't want to feel anxious when you're drinking tea. So we wanted our colors to really evoke those emotions. So remember that the colors that you choose should be very intentional. Everything you do with your brand needs to be intentional, on purpose. Number 2 would be imagery. So just like colors, imagery is very important in communicating a specific message to your audience. You are using pictures and photos and people and all sorts of imagery to tell the story of your brand. And so you want it to be on purpose, and you want it to be very specific and to connect and to resonate with the people that you're targeting. So from symbols and shapes and all those things matter. For example, with Dwell, we use the circle in our logo because circles convey a unity and a consistency and calming, and they're just like pleasing to the eye. So we wanted people, when they looked at our logo and to understand what dwell can bring them. So, unity and community and calm and grounded and centered. So that is why we picked the circle. And every image that we use, we are picking images that connect with our audience. So our audience is mostly millennials, mostly millennial women. And so we wanted to, we're always using images that they relate to and that they can see themselves in and say, oh, this company understands who I am. And so therefore I want to, connect with this company. I want to purchase from this company. I want to be a part of this company's branding, a part of the culture. So you always want to do everything on purpose. And we never want to communicate. We always want to communicate. We never want to just decorate. So just because something is pretty or you like it doesn't mean that it is useful for your brand. You always want to make sure at every angle of your branding, you are constantly communicating your brand's message to your audience. So that wraps up the two that I'm going to cover this week, which was color and imagery. And then I'm going to get into the rest next week, which will be your logo, typography, your website, and your target audience. So please let us know if you have any questions. I love all things branding, and I would love to, answer any questions you have. And I would also love to see any videos or skills that you would love to share. We can make it like a sip and learn challenge. So I challenge you to share your video with us, and thank you for dwelling with us.